Wagwan. I just gotta check if everything's working, yeah. What's going on? Can everyone hear me? Let me just check that everything's working, yeah. Everything's working, yeah. Alright. Check my mic sounds a bit loud, but nah, it sounds. Let me check. Hello. Alright. It's like a buzzing sound. Wait. Mic sounds a bit loud, but nah, it sounds. There's a little buzz sound in the background. Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm just trying to test my mic quickly. Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm just trying to test my mic quickly. I think that's cool, yeah? Is it better now? A little bit better? Is that quite a bad buzz, or did it stop a bit? Wait. It's like there's bees in my room, bruv. Wagwan, Chivi, wagwan. I'm just gonna put that a little bit down. I think that's fine. Alright, cool. We'll get everything sorted as we go. Someone was telling me, stop yelling at the mic, get a new mic, bruv. Look what I got. Sure. Because I'm sure we're going to absolutely smash this stream. Right, that was pretty bad, but anyways. What is up, everyone? Thanks again for joining. We are live at 5 at 6:30, but you know that's pretty much the cool way to say it. We're live at 6:30 today in Dubai, and we're going to trade some gold. All right? So you might see like the background, you might be thinking, what is going on? Luke loses his job, what's happening here? It's like, no, I moved into an apartment and I was thinking I'm going to shift it around a little bit, maybe stream one day a year, because I've just got my PC back. So I got my computer with the whole system, with the whole rig. I just love my PC. Like, it's just something that when I was younger, you know, I used to spend a lot of my time on my PC. And now I've got it back, so it's like a piece of me like came back into my life, you know. It's like a woman, you know, an ex-girlfriend that you left and you got back with her and you're like, yeah. But this is the ex-girlfriend that never left again, you know. Yeah, this one's always been good. But yeah, no, it's good to be back. So you can see the camera's a bit weird. I had to order a camera very quick. I don't know how good it is on your guys' end. I think it's alright. I know you guys don't really care too much about what I look like. That's why I love you guys. I'm just going to give everyone a couple minutes to tune in. What's the time now? It's just give them another minute or two. What's up, everyone? What's up? Was just explaining why everything looks a little bit different, right? Didn't lose my job or anything like that. Still trading, still that trader guy. I just got my PC set up back in my room. Might be going to the office, you know. I like to be around people most of the time, so I'm gonna be streaming them maybe on Thursdays or maybe Tuesdays in the office, then Thursdays here, just to switch it up a little bit, because you know you guys keep me here till late. You know, I get home at like 10 p.m., 9 p.m. So it's like, you know what? If I'm here, I can stand as long as I want, and I don't have to worry about the traffic. So it's just like small things in life, you know. But anyways, guys, so we got a couple more people just joining in. Soon there's going to be like 100 plus, and then the real party begins. But yeah, guys, I hope everyone had a good weekend. I hope everyone's been profitable so far. The week's been a bit slow, I won't lie to you guys. It's not because of... It's not that like we're not trying to look for entries. It's not like we're not looking for it. It's just like I'm going to explain to you now why this week was so shit. In general, like if we had a look at the 5-minute chart, I want to start with the 5-minute, but let's just start with the 4-hour. Let's just do an analysis from the top down, because we have seen a big push to the downside. So I just want to obviously jump from a higher time frame, because once you start to see price starting to jump a lot, right? We just moved what, like $80, $90 now, just before I came on stream. So when you start to see these bigger moves, right, start to look out a bit more. Start looking at a narrative that's like, all right, we're moving big, right? So what does this mean? We're going to start moving big on higher time frames. Lower time frames are going to become irrelevant to a certain degree. Now, when price slows down, yes, that's when smaller time frames are good. But you know, when the price is moving very quick, you got to see when's the next support, when's the next resistance, how low can we go, right? I don't mean that as a dance move, but you know, you got to start thinking, how low can we actually go? Like, is your stop loss going to be too tight now with this current move, right? Now what I wanted to show you now is like, okay, cool, let's jump to the daily. We haven't found a position yet. We're not looking, we're not going too crazy on anything yet. I just want to keep you, I'm just getting everything just set up here. Alright. Okay, cool. So yeah, now I got everything set up a little bit better. Let me just put that a little bit to the side, and then we can proper lock in. Let's keep 100% win. Let's run it 100% win on lives. Yeah, let's do it. I felt like we were manifesting it too hard last time, you know. That's why I'm not saying it. I don't want to say it, you know. I don't want to keep saying it, because I feel like the more you say it, you know, like, you know, I don't know. I just have that weird stigma, right? So that's why I'm not going to talk about it today. We all know what it is. Just don't bring it up right now, all right? Be cool. We all know it's a sick day, sick moment. Yes, we know. Don't address the elephant in the room. We need your typical singing, bro, to bring up the luck. Yeah, the singing will come back, bro. The singing, we're just getting warmed up, bro. We're just getting warmed up. You know, the party's just beginning. You know, allow me some time, you know. You know, when you get on the dance floor, you know, you don't just jump straight in the dance floor. You got to have a drink or two, banter a bit, talk to a bit of women, you know. Unless you're a woman, you talk to a bit of guys, and then you go to the dance floor, all sleazy, you know. Don't just jump in the dance floor, bro. You know, you got to warm up into the moves. But anyways, guys, so having a look at the daily. Now we're going to just take a look. We're going to run down a few time frames, because we're not looking for any impulse entries right now. So it's a good time to break down a daily, a top to bottom analysis, like I like to call it. So yeah, let's have a look at the daily. What are we looking at, right? So we can see that, let's have a look at this. Draw that and draw that. I'd say we're more in that, right? So you can see what price is pretty much doing. We pretty much broke above this level, which was a 5101 on the daily. We pushed above, broke above, and we were tapping in. And a lot of people said we're going to all-time highs again, right? And let me just see. All right, sorry. We need our lovely cook on the live as well. Yeah, Anna. We need Anna back 100%. But yeah. So, okay. So let me just not get sidetracked. Let me just lock in here a bit. So you can see that when price pushed up, and this happened on Monday. So, Monday we pushed up. We pushed all the way up, and we tapped into here. Then a lot of people were saying, okay, cool, you know, price is going to new all-time highs. There's a lot of, obviously, news. There's a lot of impact. You know, I think there's also FOMC on Friday as well. So there's a lot of things that took place. And obviously now you guys have obviously heard about the civil war. It was pretty much civil war that's happening in Mexico. Now, again, this does sort of have some impact on the price of gold, the price of the US dollar. It has pretty much an impact on everything in the world, right? But again, we just use technical analysis. We try and block out the noise, but obviously we still have to pay attention. Okay, cool. Like, we need to understand that money tends to go, when there's a lot of uncertainty in the world, money tends to go into safer assets, such as gold, such as silver. But, you know, at the end of the day, we can see, if we have a look at this, something I was looking at, you know, this is a very big bottom wick, right? Meaning that we did already grab liquidity within these ranges, within these levels at the bottom of the year. So pretty much tapped into there. We're like, okay, let's be a little bit more cheeky. if we want to be a bit more cheeky and we say we tapped into there, you see that price pretty much came down almost into this level. So tapped into this liquidity range, tapped into here, and we spiked back up. So yes, at any moment we could flip and continue to make all-time highs. That is definitely definitely a thought. But at the same time, we're trying to get let me just see. Okay, yeah. We just want to see that, just trying to see some of the comments and stuff. So we just want to see if we want to look for more, obviously, not scalping positions, but semi-swing positions that we can take to get a bit more pips. So at the moment, you know, looking at daily, we can't really see much. We just started to see that price pushed up, bullish enclosure. Didn't have much top wicks on the upside, meaning that price could still continue pushing up because we haven't created a top wick if we wanted to come back down. Now, those are two scenarios right now. We have a bottom wick, so we could start pushing up, and this is what probably gave us a little drive to the upside. Now, we also understand that price hasn't come up, gained the top wick, so at the same time, we can't say that price has come down. So we're pretty much at a weird point on the daily at the moment, but at the moment, it is looking bullish. Now, we dropped down to the 4 hour. The circle's looking massive, but come down to the 4 hour. Let me just see here, just remove this for now. Guys, just a quick one. If you haven't, let me just do this. All right, cool. Sorry, just getting a few messages here. Just trying to get back to everyone. All right, so see on the 4 hour what's happening, right? So you can see that we had sort of pushed to the upside. Now again, this obviously correlates to the daily, and we have sort of level of resistance. So obviously now that we pushed up to the upside, we came out of this range, right? This was I was talking about, let's say the boring range. There's obviously a lot of price action between this, like this candle, this push to the upside, this candle. So obviously there's a lot of moves within the 4 hour, but at the moment, like if you look at this as a whole, we're pretty much just trading between this range of is the sound bad? Is the mic like too loud? Because I can put it away. Is that better if I push the mic a little bit further? Just give me a thumbs up. Is it better if it's more further away? Just so I can fix that before I annoy anyone. Just if anyone can give me a thumbs up. Is it better like that? Anna? I don't know. I don't need to reply to me. I can't see the comments now. Yeah, it's fine. Better now, bro. Okay, cool. Sorry, my thing just lagged out. All right, yeah, I think it's better when it's away. I think it just sounds a bit muffled when too close. All right, anyways, cool. Thanks for letting me know. All right, so yeah, when we're looking at the 4 hour, we can see that we pretty much were just ranging between 4,000. Let's just call it 4,900, make it easier. 4,900 to about 5,100. And we're pretty much bounced between this level. So that will give us a range of, it's about $200, which is quite big. Obviously on gold, it's massive, you know, but like I mentioned in the last streams, seen $100 move in a day, seen a $50 move, seen a $100 $100 move is nothing out of the ordinary. It's nothing that's not normal. We've seen it before. So again, we always must pay attention that price can swing that way. In the 4 hour, is it looking like due to reversal or breakout? Again, it's hard to say because when you print on the 4 hours, sorry, I was thinking of the daily, but if you look at daily, we still have price pretty much movement to go up. Now, again, once we start to go above these levels, like we don't have much data over here, right? So now we pretty much trading between this level, right? So now you can see that price came up, tapped into this level, and this will give us a good $100 move, came down. Now what I'd prefer to see if price breaks below here, the 580 level. Now again, obviously we might get a position before that. Don't worry about that. If we get a below that. Again, your question, you're asking the gift, you're asking, the thing is, if you think about it, if we already tapped into here, came back down, tapped into here, now based on what I trade, and if I trade on ranges, what's the next common move that's going to happen? Should do that, right? Tap into here, then come back down. So again, now that we're in this range, yes, we can definitely get some opportunities to get up to this. It's a $115 move. So sure, there is definitely an opportunity. Guys, before we continue, I just want to obviously mention that, you know, when you guys want to join, obviously, the VIP group, I'm very confident that if you follow the exact setup and the exact strategy, I will give you, there will be 100% refund if you do lose your money, right? This is very important because I'm confident if you trade properly, you use exactly what I'm telling you to do, and don't trade more than 2% of your account per trade, and, you know, you end up blowing it, I will give you 100% refund. So I'm that confident in my strategy and what I do, and you guys could see it, you know, trading live, doing this on a day-to-day basis. And also another thing is, you know, we're also doing a 150% deposit giveaway. So if you guys want to join today, or I might just do it for today, if you guys want to join today and today only, give them a 150% deposit bonus. So make sure you join up, guys. It's near into the end of the month. I know you guys want to lock in, you guys want to make some money before the end of the month. Take this seriously, start making some cash, and start sorting out your life. All right. And then, yeah, okay. Those are the only two things I want to mention. Now we can continue. If you have any questions regarding that, just pop me a DM. I'm more than happy to answer those questions. Cool. So weird. Haha. Why is it that your voice only on one side of my earbud? I don't know. That is weird. I need to get my tech guy in here, bro. I used to be so good at tech. I think it could be like if I put it on my wait. Answer those questions. Yeah, like if I have it like on my speaker, it's normal, but you know, yeah, it is a bit weird. Yes, Anna the chef. Yes, chef. All right. So basically, just to explain your question, yeah, it's hard to say right now where if it's expecting a breakout. We just saw that price obviously push down. Now again, a lot of you might say, is this Luke? Is this a fake out? To go in a bit more detail, right? So we look on the 1 hour, see how we came back down, breaking above. Now again, I'm not convinced that this is going to continue pushing to further up. I think we're going to come down a little bit further. I think we got more downside ahead of us, just based on what we did now. We see you can break below this structure, closed and broke below, but tapped into there. Now we had a bottom wick starting to come back up. Now again, if this price starts to reject, that is good for us. We do have some levels over here. I was looking at potentially to look at I just want to go on the 15-minute quickly, because there was, oh, the screen is so smooth. That feels so nice. I don't know, it's probably not smooth for you, like as smooth, but it's so nice when you like go left or right. Yeah, just little very nice things. But yeah, I was looking at an entry earlier. Just got a bit unlucky. I already had it typed in. See from. Let me just check. Let me just see. Matthew Jones, Luke, sort of my access out to VIP. Been waiting to get involved. Sure, just drop me a DM. Past day, the weekend also was quite heavy. I was trying to get through a lot of requests, and we were getting in. I was moving a lot of furniture and stuff into this apartment, so I do apologize if the responses haven't been adequate. I take accountability for that. It is obviously I do have things I got to take care of that has priority, but obviously you guys are also one of my priorities, one of my big priorities. So I do apologize for that. I will just send me another DM. Just say, hey, this is Matt. You know, looking to get started. Was waiting for the double tap and breakout from the Asia range. Just watch it fall on the screen. Yeah, pretty much. I was waiting for this, like when price was up here, right? I saw a nice gap here on the 7.0 level. So when price wanted to tap into here, as soon as we started to break below there, I was looking for a nice entry here, stop loss above there, and this would have given us a nice, this literally was exactly, I wouldn't have gone that low. I would have gone for 1 to 2, so I wouldn't have bullshit. We're going for like a 1 to 2 on this trade. This was what I was looking at before, but prices unfortunately didn't come back into that level. Now again, a lot of you are probably thinking, can this candle obviously come up and tap into this level? Yes. Would that trade still be validated? Yes. Although we did already come down to this level. So what I want to do is just check. I haven't really checked much, so I'm gonna literally, you guys get to see like firsthand what I'm gonna be looking for. I'm just gonna remove these 2 blue boxes for now, just because it's a bit distracting. I'm gonna lower it down onto the 15-minute time frame and look and just snipe it out a little bit better. So let me just check. It's only one of you, you're hundreds of us, bro. No stress. Yeah, much respect, bro. That is just at the end of the day, you know, it's just one of those things, you know. You're always gonna have other priorities. Let me see. All right. Okay, so guys, basically what I will do, right, when I start to see, this is what I want to get at. Before I go on to that, just don't think I'm just jumping in a position just yet. There's nothing that's quite eye-pleasing for me. We just had a strong push to the downside. This means that a lot of people are foaming. A lot of people started to sell at these levels and they got wrecked, right? So we don't want to get wrecked. Obviously, simple as. Now, this is the reason why we didn't receive a trade yesterday and pretty much today in terms of gold, because the price action was pretty shit, right? I don't know if any of you were doing your homework and you actually looked at the gold chart, and if you listen to what I say, or how did I draw that so skewed? But if you listen to what I say, right, this is a no trade zone. Like, what are you trading here? Right? Like, what are you trading here? This whole move was shit, right? Like this whole day, the whole day pretty much today was shit. There's nothing to trade. If you did catch a move, congrats. If you managed to catch a sell, I know some people caught sells. I was waiting for price to come up here. If we caught a sell pretty much there at the break, again, it wouldn't have tapped into my sell zone. So that's the thing. It wouldn't have gone as high as I wanted it to go. So it just is what it is. And again, I always teach you guys, don't FOMO into positions. Very important. Because again, like if it doesn't go into our setup and then it pushes down $100, that's shit unlucky, right? That's just, it is what it is. But again, I'm not going to cry because I know I can catch another $100 move. I know I can catch another $50 move. It just wasn't the right time, but I'll rather wait up. What about if price decided to do the complete opposite and just pushed me out, right? So then, like, let's say I FOMO'd in here, my stop loss was above there, and price just ended up pushing well above there. That's a much bigger stop loss now, right? It's a pretty shit move. So there, it's like a $52 stop loss, and you get wrecked, right? So that could happen. So that's why we're not entering at that position, and that's why we're not entering right now. And I would just wait pretty much to see what's going to happen. I'm pretty much just looking for shorts right now. I'm not really jumping in on any buys. I don't think it's the right time. What I want to do is, okay, so pretty much just mark up some levels. Now again, when you start to push down to these levels, now it's pretty obvious when I looked on the charts today, I looked at where price is going to push down to. Pretty much just look down here, right? Why did price push all the way down to this point? Well, there was a gap, right? Generally, when price pushes down, it generally fills the gap. Now, whenever we see a gap fill, we generally see a rejection off that level. Just generally what happens. Now, again, it's not 100% of the time, but it's quite a high percentage that happens. You know, exactly. Choppy zone. That's choppy zone. Choppy McChopperson. So we don't trade chop, right? It's like the Wolf of Wall Street movie. You know, you shouldn't go out when there's chop in sea, right? But they did it anyways, and they got wrecked, right? So we should wait for the chop, wait for the waves to smoothen out and ride the wave. So it's a pretty good analogy, actually, to be fair. Okay, cool. So we understand we understand why price pretty much rejected off this point, what we were targeting down, and what we went for. So it's pretty obvious. Now, again, if we start to look a bit deeper and we start to say, okay, but can price push more aggressively down? And if we come down, which level should we be targeting? Now, if we're going to target this level, it's quite a distance down. Let's do this. Coming up to this level now. Let's see what range. It's pretty much in this range at the moment, which you see, it's quite a big range. You know, when you look at this like this, and there's not much price action here. There's not much structure. So at any point, that's what I'm saying. When price pushes down, it's going to push down quite aggressively, and this is already a $40 move. If we can even target, like, let's say, these lows, wick fall, come down, tap into there, that also gives us a $21 move. It's nothing too big, but it's something that I'm looking for. I just want price to sort of push up a little bit further before getting a sell. And I want to confirm that this is not a reversal, because that's also important. I don't want to just be in. Is this thing skew? And I'm looking at this the whole time, right? Oh, now I'm going to delete this because it's annoying me right now. It's making me like, I don't know if I'm seeing it skew, but I can't get it straight. But anyways, so look here. So basically, what we're trying to look at, let's draw this. I feel like this blue is quite blue. It's a little bit too blue. Let's do that. Yeah, that's way more better. 41. That's good. I like that. I can just imagine you guys, you know, back in the day, like if someone had to put it on like 41, I was like, I have to put it on 41. Like Luke said it was 41, I have to put it on 41. You guys don't have to put it on 41. If you could put it on like 40, it's fine. That just looked nice on the 41. I used to like do exactly what other traders were doing, like to the T. If they said like put it pink with like ribbons on the side, I would do that, you know, just thinking it's going to make me money, but that's not the case. It's just personal preference at the end of the day. So yeah, it's quite a big jump that we jumped here, no? Now we've pretty much, wait, I'm just going to do this. Oh no, it's fixed. Okay, cool. Let's see what else here. Yeah, what you won't see me doing, so we expect the price to go back up, but not yet make any trade. Well, no, I don't think the price, I don't necessarily, yeah, that's a good point. I like that point. Sorry, I'm going to answer your question correctly. So you saying, Luke, you want the price to go up, right, before taking a sell. So why don't you just take a buy up to those levels and then sell? Because, very important, I don't know when we're going to get up to that level. I don't know if we're going to get up to that level. I don't know when we're going to get up to that level, right? So we might do something like this. Right, so let's say I had, hypothetically, right, I had a sell order at 70, somewhere here. I had a sell order here, 6870, and then let's say I was targeting back down to this, you know, nice big range to trade. Let's say something like this, and then like, for example, but you're like, hey, but Luke, you're saying you're going to take a sell here. Why don't you just take a buy, right? You're really going to pick up here. Again, what we need to see before there's some confirmation that price is going to continue pushing back up. We first need to see us get back into this level, right? So price gets it back up into, you know, taps back into 5145, taps into here, comes back down, taps into this range, bounce below there, then comes into our range. Then again, we get in structure. So we need pretty much just one clean candle, one clean wick. Then if price taps into here, then we can start to take a sell down. But we need price to play out. And again, it's not necessarily that price is going to push up today or tomorrow. Might do something like this first, right? Now that we might take out these lows. Take out the lows, come back down here, do something like this, take out these lows, and then just continue like this, and then eventually come back up here. But that could take tomorrow or Thursday or Friday or next week. So there's no point in, we always wait for a position to play out, right? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yeah, it was pretty unfortunate. Don't get me wrong. It's pretty unfortunate that that price obviously pushed before we that price obviously pushed down just before we entered. I think price started pushing down at 5:30. You know, it was pretty much a big meltdown. Let me see how much of this move it was. $66 move. It's big. It's very big. Very, very, very big. So yeah, we pretty much just have to wait a little bit. Don't worry. With the amount of volume that's happening right now, I just want to check if there is news. Those orange folders, which probably caused that little drop just after 7:30, which generally what you see is price tends to drop a little bit. Sometimes if it doesn't react immediately to the news, sometimes it drops a little bit after the news, slightly after. So it like kind of keeps you fizzled, you know, like, oh no, if the news coming out, we expect price to dump, and then like it dumps like a little bit later or pumps a little bit later. So yeah, guys, just Trump is talking today. What time? Well, shouldn't it be later on today? Do you know the time that he's talking? Cold with no drama. Do you know what time he's talking? Because it should say, yeah, Trump is talking, no? It's a bit strange. So guys, just also a heads up is that this is a very, very limited time, right? If you want to, obviously, we're doing a trading deposit giveaway. If you obviously deposit $5,000 plus, again, sounds like a lot of money. Again, you get 100% deposit bonus on top of that, which is really good. And then plus you get a 10,000, 50,000, well, you get up to $50,000 in trading prop capital, which is like an extra bonus on top of what you already deposited. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure to drop me a DM. You also get one-on-one mentorship as well with me, you know, which is really good. And yeah, pretty much support whenever. So this is obviously, guys, benefits that I'm releasing on today, which is obviously very beneficial, you know. Guys, if you guys want to obviously level up your trading, I know $5,000 does sound a lot of money, but again, if you get 100% deposit bonus, you start with $10,000 trading capital, and yeah, you can then risk, like, you can be pulling in between $200-$300, $500, even $1,000 every single day without much risk, which is really good. So that's just a food for thought. I think price is going to drop. I think it's looking quite weak at the moment, but I'm just waiting for. I need to wait for something, man. I can't just jump in here. I'm trying to see if there's something on maybe the 5 minutes. Let me just remove this for now. Broke my heart. Lay on today, no idea, to be honest. Not in the US, I only care about the UK news. Wagwan in it, bro. The UK. This night I saw Trump would speak today, but I see the news overview of tomorrow, so I guess it's rescheduled. Yeah, I think, let me check here. Maybe I'll just say yeah. Not for tomorrow. Not on Thursday. Probably just schedule it in somewhere. It's pretty much what happens. They don't normally pick a specific date. It's just when Trump feels like it. 9 p.m. Eastern Time, State of the Union speech. Ah, okay. Cool. Good to know. 9 p.m. ET. What is that my time? 9 p.m. ET. What did I even type there? Ah, it's Eastern Time's my time. I'm so stupid. I know it's 6 a.m. Oh, okay. 9 p.m. ET to Dubai time is. Excuse me, that's funny. I typed it so quick. 6 a.m. the next day. Okay, so that's not really relevant for us at all, to be honest. I'll be sleeping. I'll be sleeping. Looking. I really want to find a little position for us. See the price starting to push back up now, which is nice. A little bit of recovery from this level. It's nothing too major. Strong little push to the upside. Look, I mean, if price starts to push up, we could, like, again, I know I like to say, okay, guys, you know, like, I'm going short, but at the same time, my bias could change, you know, definitely could change throughout the range. Target that. Where would my stop loss be? 118. Yeah, I don't know. I need to push above here first. I need a little push above before. Can you guys see what I'm seeing as well? Like there's no opportunity just yet. You know, as much as you guys want to jump in on a sell, it doesn't really make much sense because you already tapped into like some key levels. We've already broken through. Again, when you see this, right? When you see that, it's pretty much this. Remember what I speak about? I always talk about, how do I do this? Yeah, let me do this. This is called structure, right? If you watch my YouTube videos, you would have understood this, right? So when we see this, right? What do we have? We have resistance, we have support. We have resistance, we have support, all right? So this is structure. It means that price is respecting certain levels. We go up, you know, we kind of create that. We create something like this. It's called structure, right? Now, again, when you see something like this, you understand we can trade between these levels. You know, when price pushes back up, then we know, okay, when once price pushes back up here, we can come down, tap below there, come back to the next level, or if price breaks below here, we can come down, we can see a break in structure and price starts to push back down. Now, this is bullish structure. Obviously, the opposite is bearish structure. Now, when you start to see something like this, now this could be, let's say, for example, this is on, let's say this is the 15-minute. Let's just say you see this on the 15-minute chart. I'm just going to put my text, 15-minute chart. So, in essence, this candle is 15-minute. I mean, this line is 15-minute, one line. 30, 45, 1 hour, 1 hour 15, right? Yeah, I almost started there. But anyways, so this is like, let's say this in a whole is just one 1 hour candle, right? 1 hour and a bit. And that's moving on to the next candle. Is that clear for everyone right now? Does that make sense? Risk management is first, always. Does this make sense? 15 minutes, each line represents 15 minutes. 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. Okay? I think wait, 15, 30, 45, 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour 15. So let's just say it's about a 1 hour candle going into the next hourly candle, right? Now, if we have a look at this, this could just look like this, right? This over here, what we saw here, obviously without the gap. If we start to look at something like this, on the 1 hour, it could just look like this, right? Now, on the 15-minute chart, we have structure. On the 1 hour, we don't, right? Now, maybe the next hourly candle does something like this, comes back down, and this starts to create structure. Now, obviously, between this line and this line, that's obviously 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. So this will be 3 hours. And if we add another line ski there, right, this will be a 4 hour candle. Now, on the 4 hour candle, this could be just like this, right? So now you see that initially we saw one big spike to the upside, no structure. We saw that price came down, up, down. This means that we create structure on the 1 hour. Now, again, that's why you need, on a higher time frame, you need more candles to print in order to create structure. Just makes more sense. That's why on a lower time frame, Obviously, on a lower time frame, if you're looking at a 1 minute or 5 minute, obviously they print every 1 minute and they print every 5 minutes. So there's more structure that can be created. Now, this could look like the 4 hour. Now, on the 4 hour time frame, this might look like there's no structure. But on the 1 hour, there's structure. The 15 minute, there's loads of structure. But on the 4 hour, if you're just looking at one time frame, it could look like there's no structure. So that's why it's always important to go down time frame to time frame to time frame to see, okay, where are we in the move? Where are we, right? Are we in this part? So then, okay, if we're in the bullish action, if we're in bullish price action, let's try and find out where price can reject, because we can go on a lower time frame, find out where we can get an entry, and we can start to ride the wave. And we can start to see where's the next, let's say, highest point where price should reach on, let's say, a 1 hour. Now we could get a better entry on the 15 minute for us to ride the wave. And obviously it goes on like that, you know. So obviously in a daily there is eight 4 hour candles. So obviously in one day there's only, it takes 8 candles to be formed to form one candle. So would you use smaller time frames for entry? It depends. Like, obviously I like to see movements. I like to take trades based on entries as well. Like, what am I saying? Let me just rephrase that sentence. So I need to see price action, right? I need to see candles being formed. I need to see what's happening. When I look at a lower time frame, it's not always to say, hey guys, I'm looking for an entry. It's like, hey guys, let me see what the fuck is going on, right? I need to see what is going on the lower time frame. I need to see what price is doing, because on the 1 hour, it's not telling me much, right? Like, again, if we look on the 1 hour, let's have a look on the 1 hour. Now you start seeing some candles, you start seeing some wicks, but at the moment you saw that, like, this whole candle, again, is like there's 2 1 hour candles. But if we look at this candle, right, because we have, let's say, a bottom wick, let's say we have a top wick here. In terms of these 2 candles here, let me just do this. We can start to get dark, because right now these 2 candles aren't really telling us much besides that, oh shit, we bearish, right? Let's do this, hover these. Wait, let me do that. All right, and then let's go down to the 15 minutes. So you can start to see, when you start to narrow it down, you start to see, okay, was there much price action? Was there any indication that price was going to reject? It's pretty much hard to say, right? Because yes, again, we created a low, we closed below here, and that started to give us an indication, yes, we can break obstruction, and we can retap and refill this range. Okay, that's fine. We came back up, refilled that range, and we came back below and came below there. But this was just unfortunate because I wasn't live firstly, and then we didn't come up and tap into our entry, which I really would have liked. Now again, if we got that perfect little entry, it would have been perfect, but we didn't get that perfect little entry. So that's the shit point. But again, like, this is how I identify structure. This is how I identify, you know, where we are in price, and how we utilize lower time frames, and how we can utilize it for our benefits, to especially when price starts to reject, because we can start to go down. We can start to say, okay, cool, maybe we create an order block, maybe we create a certain type of sort of set, like maybe there's some sort of confluence on a low time frame that can indicate, okay, cool, we can get an entry. Because on the 1 hour, it looks like we're just going to pump down, right? Where we're going to push down to, right? A lot of people say, like, oh, but there's like an OB, or there's an order block, or there's an FEG, whatever. But like, no, because we really sort of tapped into this level, right? Take it down here. Say this gap's pretty much been filled, right? Because we came up for a top wick here. So it's pretty much invalidated over there. If we didn't have that top wick, then I would have said, okay, cool, then we sort of have an order block, or we have an entry over there. But we don't, because we had a top wick. My camera froze. Oh, shit. Let me just work that out quickly, 1 second. My camera's actually frozen, bro. Technical difficulties. Let me just do video. Video caption device. 1 second, I'm just trying to fix this. Alright, we're back. Now I'm the whole screen. What? You're mahoosaf. Alright, we can fix that later. That's weird. Yeah, I'm just trying to get used to this new setup here. I think everything's good right now. Everything's good. You guys can see me. I'm back. Are we still connected? Are we still good? Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, perfect. What up? We're so back. And price is pushing up. Now again, can we get a little move? Can we fold the range? It's a possibility. It is a very strong possibility. Could we go into a long? Although obviously my bias was short. Could we switch? Could the crowd go wild? Could the crowd? Why, Luke? Why are you gonna go long now, bro? Didn't you see the dump? If the is it frozen again? Oh no, I think it's good. I think it's good, no? Yeah. We good. I think. Oh no, it keeps freezing, I think. That's annoying, man. Why does it keep freezing, bro? And it freezes at the worst moments, bro. Like, it catches me so bad. What the fuck? Now my thing's gone. What the fuck is going on here? Shit. Okay, let me just see what's going on here, guys. Damn. Damn, what is going on here? Can you guys still hear me though? I'm just trying to fix this. What the fuck is going on here? I might have to close and reopen the stream. I think this whole thing is bugged. That's so stupid, man. Guys could still hear me though, right? That's so funny. You guys are just watching a black screen. These are when you know your okay, wait, that's back. Okay, that's not that important, you know. I know you guys don't want to see my face. That's not that important. No, but it keeps freezing. Oh, it just keeps freezing, bro. Okay, let me just see if I can get the analysis on, because I think that's more important right now. Why does it keep freezing? It doesn't even make any sense. I haven't taken any. Why are you getting your camera from Temu? Bro, I swear I ordered it last minute. Like, it was like, I think it was what, like 300 euros? So it's not like a cheap camera, I don't think. I don't think it's that cheap. I just ordered something quick. Like, I just got something, but yeah, apparently it's shit. Maybe I need to plug in a different USB port. Right. Okay, let me try and use a little bit of brain cells. I know it catches me in the worst moment, bro. I like look at it, I'm like, yo, that the freezing does me dirty, bro. Damn, why does it do that? Okay, different USB. Let's see this. Alright. Okay, we're moving. Alright, that seems okay for now. Can we get the trades back on? Can we get the trades back on? Video capture the voice. No window capture, cool. I have to open up a new browser, wait. So strange view. Right, at least the camera's okay. It's like the least most important thing. Come on, please work, bro. Please work. Because now we are pushing up, you know. It has to be at the worst moments, you know. Come on, work. Just doesn't even want to show, man. Because if I close this, it's going to close the stream. That's the problem. I don't know what to do here. Let me just see something, guys, because we are pushing up here. Just I know I can't obviously show you right now. I just want to see. Just pay attention to the free group. Like, I'm going to do my best to just try and make a... Well, I'm getting this sorted because I do see something happening right now. So, just until I get that back on. Capture. I've removed this so many times. Maybe if I do this, wait. That's display capture. Alright. There is something there. Okay, now we're gonna make this a little bit smaller. Alright. You guys doubted me for a second. No ways, bro. I'm so back. Okay, wait. Now I just gotta fix the technical issues quickly. Wait. Put me in the front because I am important. More important. Order. Move up. We did it! Are you mad? Bro? You guys thought we were done. Woohoo! Never doubt me. Alright. Damn, that was good. That was clean. Alright, perfect. Cool. Alright, we're back. I think we're back. I think everything's good. We figured that shit out together. Thanks for your help, guys. Alright, so we're pushing back into this range now. It's something I'm looking at. Let me just move that. It's going to make my screen look a little bit more sexier. Okay, let me just get everything adjusted. Pushing back into this range now. Let's see. Strong bullish push to the upside. Can hear, but no screen. No, I think it's good now, no? I think everything's good. You guys can hear me? Let me just check. Strong bullish push to the upside. No, I think it's good. I think it's good. I wonder then if we should wait for my original level to be tapped then. So the price can push all the way up to here. Be happy with the 7.0 position over here. That's what my original entry was going to be. Target back these lows. That would be good. Let's see. Can we just push up here and then we could do something sneaky here, right? So let's see. what would make more sense? Because it's like the minimum we tap into there, 6-1. It'd be such a bad RR. It wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be nice. Anything missing now is the music. You guys got me copyrighted. I told you guys. I literally said to you guys, I told you guys, yo, my video is gonna get copyrighted, and you guys are like, nah, it'll be fine. Like, dude, they send me copyright. I was like, what the fuck? So bad. I can't play music in the background. It has to be like YouTube music. Wait, maybe I can play. Wait, I actually got a plan. YouTube non-copyright music, right? But that's like boring, man. YouTube non-copyright music. Let's see what they this is what non-copyright music. Someone sent me a playlist there of something that I can play. Bro, it's literally like the like elevator music, bro. No, I'm not playing that shit. I'll literally lose all my support here. This is holiday ad music. I don't know. The music is 100 times louder than your voice. Muted. Okay. I'll put it up. I'll put it down. Sorry. I do apologize. I didn't know how loud it was. Okay, we're not gonna play music because I need to fix that. Yeah, if you play, I've seen the evolution of your streams. What's going on now? No, because we came back to the crib, so we have to come back before we elevate even more, right? We're gonna go back. I said I'm gonna be at the office, and then maybe on Thursdays. And then you guys can unmute. Don't worry. I'm not gonna play the music because I need to fix it. Knock your ringtones level on the free music. That's so bad, bro. But yeah. So I said I'm gonna stream maybe in the office on the Thursday. Stream me on the Tuesday. So I just gotta figure out because I've got a light and everything. I can see what music I can play. Because yeah, the Linkin Park are copyrighted. Check here. I'll show you now. Wait. Let me just bring this up. My previous video, yeah, this one. So go studio. Check here. I'll show you guys. I don't know if I can like show you. I don't know if I'm gonna get like banned. I should be fine. Content live. I think it's gone now, right? Okay. I think I got it like removed. I think it was okay. Alright, that's fine, because it said like restricted, you know, it says restrictions. It said it was restricted, which is quite weird. Yes, come on, lad. Yeah, guys, I know generally we would be in a trade right now. I know it's more exciting, but like I ain't forcing this shit. I'm waiting. There might actually be a 15-minute position. There's another one here, which is looking a bit like 5-0. Where will my stop loss be? Oh no, sorry, did I click long? Yeah? No, not long. Do a short. 5-0. It's also looking not too bad, but I'll be upset if we do push up to that 7.0 level, though, before coming down. Pretty big stop, $32, nothing too crazy. Target back these lows, I'd say. Target somewhere like that. Because we're going to come up, we're going to hard reject. Everything back to normal now, guys. Yeah, I do apologize for the music. Sorry, I didn't know how loud it was. I don't know how loud everything is. I'm just getting, this is my first day on the job here. Let me see. Let me see. Yep. I'm not like very, very convinced on this move. You know, like I wouldn't even target. It's such a far target down. I'd say at least like a 1. Like would be okay. A wick full would also be fine. Like a minimum, the wick full would be fine as well. I don't know. We can target something like that. Potentially run this trade down if we start to break below here. But let's see. Yeah, I think I made a lot of people upset there about the music. I do apologize. I wonder if I play some Linkin Park. Right? I know, I love it. I found a new Linkin Park song. Wait, if I play, I found a new song. Guys, just important, if you guys have just tuned in, you guys obviously want to get set up and started and join the VIP. We do this every single day, 2 to 5 of these signals per day. So make sure to drop me a DM. The description is in, the Telegram link is in the description. So make sure to drop me a message. So you want to get started, so you want to get in trading, and we can get into it. Fire. Where is Linkin Park? This one, right? Somewhere I belong. But you know what's weird? Like, if I play a song on YouTube, how can I get copyrighted, bro? Given up. I think it's this song. Wait, I have to put it softer now. Oh my god, I don't want people to cry, bro. Okay, wait. This one. Can you guys hear this? Bro, this is my new when we're in a trade. And the cock of fuck. This is when I'll let off the mic, bro. Off the mic. Crazy. That song.
Waking a sweat again. Another day's been laid to waste. In my disgrace. Stuck in my head again. Feels like I'll never leave this place. There's no escape.
Let me keep that on the side. That is a good song.
I'm my own worst enemy. I've given up. I'm sick of feeling. Is there nothing you can say? Take this all away. I'm suffocating. Tell me what the fuck is wrong with me. I don't.
Copyright again. Anyways, now back to the actually too loud. Is it really loud, bro? I swear it's so soft on mine. Like it's on like 15 volume. I can barely hear it. But anyways, I'll figure that out after this. I'll figure out how to get like a little bit of music, a little bit of a vibe going. See what is allowed. See what I can do. Bro, turn the music off, please. It's off, bro. I apologize, man. You know, there's some people that love it, some people that hate it. You know, you can't please everyone, so I'm just going to turn it off. All right. No worries. We're trying to find a position. That's the most important thing. Oh, I do apologize, brother. I do apologize in advance. All right. We're pushing back up. You see, if we're going to push back up, I'm looking at 5 minutes. Right, you can see we're starting to build some structure to the upside, which is good. something I'm looking at the moment. You know, structure being built, nice little structure. Now again, it's looking like we could come up and tap into this range. It's just that, you know, I'm trying to find out where it could be, you know, because the thing is, if I don't think this is going to be a valid sell, to be fair, because if my calculations are correct, if we're going to push up, I'm saying that we're probably going to fill up the range again. Now, again, in that sense, I would have probably taken a long, but again, where would my stop loss be? You know, like let's say we enter on the range, get back in the range, we say, okay, cool, we're going to fill up this range, tap into here. You know, like a tight stop loss would be something like that, 3, 4. That is a bit tight. Target 6, 1. I'm just trying to see. This is a really tight. This would be a tight move. 16 per, I need 60 per move for a nothing too crazy as well. Message retracted. I appreciate that. Guys, I'm just trying to find a position for us. I'm not going to force a position, so please understand that as well. Obviously I'm just waiting. If you guys have any questions so far, like in terms of anything to do with trading, please drop me a DM or drop me a message. We can run through some of that while we're waiting. But for now, we're just kind of just chilling. Waiting for the right moment. Because I want to confirm that price is, you know, let's say not reversing. Right, so obviously we can see that price is starting to reverse now. So at any moment we can just start to push back up, and then this could get just stopped out easily. So that's one thing I'm being cautious about right now. Sorry, missed a bit. Anything? No, nothing just yet. Still waiting. I don't see anything just yet. We do see some movement, which is nice. You know, we're not just consolidating. We are starting to see structure being formed, which again is good for us, but we haven't found a entry just yet. But yeah, nothing to worry about. What I'd prefer is getting a sell from this entry would be really nice, 5170. So if we can get that on the stream, I'd be more happy with that. Move that because I'm not waiting. Is the game for champions? Yeah, yes sir. Trying to see, it is $25. It's doable, but I think that would be like pretty much the only entry I'll take right now, unless like price does something like super aggressive, we push down and we can get like a better buy entry. Like if price pushes back down here, comes for another bottom wick, sell, like let's say taps into this level, we can target back up there, because I can confirm the price is obviously going to potentially go up into that level. Then that would be a bit better for me. So we got like 1 or 2 scenarios over here. Price comes down first, super aggressive, taps into here. You can assume that price could come up here. Understanding that we have some sort of closure there, like at least like a 15-minute candle closure in there. If we see a candle come down, form a bottom wick, then we can understand, okay, cool, we can sort of just run the wave and fill up this range again. If price closes below Asia low on the 15-minute, is it a good time for sell? Depends where we are. Like, this is where I'm looking for a sell personally. Again, you remember, you're understanding that this is what I try and show people, right? You understand that we are in this right now. This is okay, that's straight, I think, yeah, because it's gonna be, we're basically looking at this right now. So once we tap back into here, yeah, I like these colors, actually quite nice, they match, they go quite well. But basically now you can see our price pushing up. So realistically, what you're going to see is price tap into this level. Now again, you're probably saying, like, Luke, why don't you take a long? Because at any moment this price can just reject, because this is just a 5-minute. So like if we're going to say price enters there, price taps into there, my stop loss would be maybe there, but it's quite a tight stop loss. 35 is like a $10 move. A safer move would be down there, but the risk to reward would be shit, right? because I wouldn't be too convinced, because it'll still come down and take out that low there before coming back up. So that's why I'm just like, it's not really worth the risk, that trade. That's more of a forcing an entry, forcing a trade. For me personally, I'm not going to do that. I don't feel like I want to force a trade. I'm definitely not going to risk my spree for a gamble. I know what price wants to do. It's just like I don't know the safest spot with my stop loss will be below that, and that's why I'm not necessarily taking buys right now. What I want you guys to see, what I want you guys to notice is that, you know, since we're obviously pushing up, understanding our ranges. Once you understand this is when you start becoming very good, right? You start to understand that, okay, price went down, we're waiting for price to come back in here, waiting for price to tap here, price taps there, price taps here, come back down. Now again, I am in my room, so I could stay on until price taps into here. If we start to see some sort of price tap into there, again, we could start to see a good move if price comes up to here. Let's say price, let's say the price pushes up like this, comes into this level, and then comes back down in the middle of the range. That could also be fine. Could also be another buy, like somewhere like that. That could also be okay. Then we can target, like, let's say our next short level. That'll be good. And we put our stop loss to say below that candle there. It'll be fine. Can even put on like a psychological level, like 3.0, and then this will give us a nice 2.25 RR on this trade. So we've got two scenarios right now. I don't think we're gonna come back down there. We can reassess if price starts to push down there, but we've got two possible scenarios. What we can look for. I want to see a closure in the next 3 minutes. I want to see a closure on the 15-minute. So if this candle can close like quite bullish into this level, great for us. I'm just going to start typing out a potential setup. Just give me a second. I just want to type out, get my format ready just in case we do enter position. Feels like I can escape. Copy. What will my entry be? It'll be like 4.2, I'd say 4.2. You see how it shifts quite quickly, right? Because we start to see how like price is going in the other direction now, right? So it'll be a bit crazy to look for shorts right now. But now we can say, okay, cool, if price comes back up to here, we can even take a short and close the longs, right? So we're aiming for our next long point, which is also quite interesting. Let's see where my first TP would be. 6.0 would be good, and then 5.70. Yep, that'll be good. And stop loss would be below there, 5.30. Keep that for now. Let me see now. Do you ever trail your stop loss if you would have entered riskier positions like this one for long? Yeah, definitely would start to take some profits, you know, especially like you see price starting to push up quite aggressive now. I would start closing some positions and start to move stop loss aggressively, yeah, because you understand that we did have down, right? So like you are going slightly against what's happening in the markets, and you're trying to aim for the next sell point in theory. You see that price is literally going to tap up and refill this range. Now, again, we need to see how aggressive we push up to the 7.0 level. Pretty much I've called this play by play, exactly what's happening. It's just that I couldn't find a good buy entry without making a shit RR. You know, it would have been a negative RR if I had to enter this trade. That was the only shit part about it. So we can come down. If we can come down like before tapping into this level, we can come down a little bit more. Great. We in there. We in there. But you see, we got like, it's just the start of the 15-minute candle. So, and the 1 hour candle closes as well in the next 15 minutes candle. So, again, your sound is gone. Really? Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Testing, testing. It's good now? Okay, okay, cool. Testing, okay, cool, cool, cool. I don't know why. What's going on with my setup today? It's good now, like it's perfect. Okay, testing, good, 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 good. All right, cool. So I don't know where I jumped off, or I don't know where it exited, but basically what I was saying is you're going to see price pretty much tap into this level. Now, again, what we want price to do before tapping into this level is potentially close in bullish in the middle of the range to confirm that, okay, cool, we still need to come up and fill the rest of the range. Now, that might give us a nice entry point for us to enter and then come up and retap. Now, our final TP would be where our short wanted to be. So, that's what we'll be looking at. Every time everything sets down. Yeah. Over time, like again, my first setup was really, really shite, and then just started gradually building up on that. Because streaming is a simple thing, but obviously it has, you live, right? So like, you got to do everything live. So things can happen. Wow, this is real life. Shit happens, shit goes wrong. It does suck, but like, you got to adapt. Let me just get back up to the 15 minutes. So I'm like really hoping we don't tap into here now on this next 15-minute candle. 15-minute candle closes in the next 11 minutes. Just joined. Has a signal drop? Nope, not yet, not yet, not yet. We've just been extremely patient. Extremely patient. I think like the best move for us to do is wait for that short. At least like understand there should be some sort of reaction there. And that'll give us a base point. I think that'll give us some pips there at least. Wouldn't say I don't say I'm 100% confident that we'll come all the way down to our final TB, but we at least secure some pips on that short. I think there should be some sort of reaction at this level. That's what. So I think I'm gonna probably wait for that short, guys. Because you can see now we only like. What are we like? You're like, let's say 170 pips away, which is not too crazy. We've pushed up already just from being in the session alone. Pushed up already almost 40 pips, so it's still possible. To be honest, guys, like I would be more happy with waiting alone. Let me see here. Is my mic still working? Wait. Hello, hello, hello. No, it's gone mute, I think. What is going on here, dude? It's not working anymore. Oh my god. Oh, it is working. Okay, okay, okay. No, why? For some reason I thought it wasn't. All right, all right. Someone asked, why do you think the market was so crazy today? Big low, big highs. I don't know. I'm wondering the same question. I think because we had news. Like, that's my only theory. Like, we had orange folders. That could have impacted because we saw like a price drop. So my understanding of news a lot of the times is when you start to see when nothing happens on that first candle, right? So you saw that 5 o'clock candle came out, nothing happened, right? And a lot of the times when you see, like, let's say the 5 o'clock candle came out, we pretty much moved like 80 pips or something, right? Nothing too crazy. And when you start to see that and you're like, okay, cool, maybe there's a bigger move. And especially when you were doing this the whole day, right? When you were doing this all day, price started to reject, then you can understand, okay, cool, when price starts to like hover around that 5 o'clock, sorry, 5 o'clock was here. So you had some push to the upside, you see a little fake out. You see price started to push up in the opposite direction before coming back down to its real direction, right? And that's why I feel like maybe the sell isn't over yet. So that's my theory behind why the price like swang so much today. It's not maybe the news had something to do with it, but it could be multiple factors, right? Maybe price wanted to just go down to those levels. It was just coincidence that I was at the news time as well. Cool. Thanks guys. I think I'm gonna wait for this sell. I think since I didn't get that sell today, I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm not even convinced on this buy. I'm not convinced. So, how far did we come up here? 5.5. Only 150 pips. Still a possibility. Do you see what I was saying, guys? Like, if we come down halfway between the range, come back down and tap into here, there's a potential, but I just don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth the risk. Because I'll be more annoyed, right, if, let's say we get wicked out, right? Like, let's say price does something like this. We get wicked out, and then we drive back up. This taps perfectly and comes back down. I'd be super annoyed with that, right? So, like, I'm going to save my... Like, I wouldn't be upset if we come back and tap into this and come up here. I wouldn't be upset about that. I'll be okay. That's fine. That's cool. I'd be more upset if we get wicked out and then we don't get into the short. You see, so I'm taking one probability of the other. You know, that, like, I'll rather be more... I'll feel better because I've been waiting for that most of the time. I've been waiting for that most of the stream and waiting for that most of the day as well. If that makes sense to you guys. I know you guys are literally like... Whoa, look, give me a trade, bro. Give me a trade. I do want to... I also want to take a trade, bro. Like, don't worry. I also definitely want to take a trade. I'm with you. But I just, like, be cool. I know every single stream we've had one pretty much got in straight into a trade, but that's not every day. Get used to it. Could be long that we wait. Could be takes hours that we wait. Could take minutes that we wait. Get used to it. Because if you can't be patient in trading, you're never going to make it. Simple as. I've sat for days. Sat for hours waiting for a position. I used to wait like sometimes 5, 6, 7, 8 hours to get $100. But you know what? I waited and that made me feel better. It wasn't about the money. It was about the patience that I waited and the price paid out perfectly, and that's what I was more happy about. The result than pretty much the outcome. It's pretty much the same thing, but the outcome in terms of the cash. Appreciate that you don't force trades just to give out trades. Yeah, no, I don't do it. I take the same trades as you. So if you take the same trades as me, I take the same trades. So why would I want to lose? You know. And I definitely like, I don't want to bring it up, but 15, 15, keep it low key. But like, why would I want to screw that up? Like why would I want to go 15 trades, 0 losses? Obviously I'm doing it properly. Like I'm proper thinking about every entry. I'm proper waiting for every position. I'm proper thinking it through. Everything has a thought. Everything has a time. How did you learn trading? How did I learn trading? So I dabbled in a bit of trading when I was 19. I think it was 19. 18, 19, like I just started a job. I saw people in South Africa. Those of you from South Africa, you would know there's like a lot of, every single person was Forex trading, right? Like this was the thing, Forex trading. I think it was pretty much everywhere in the world. Let's close that. I don't want to get WhatsApp notifications. Let me just close this. Okay, that's fine. I don't want to get, obviously, I saw Forex pretty much everywhere, and it just seemed like the easiest way to make money, because I saw every Tim, Joe, whatever the case is, making money trading, right? I think that's how most people got into the trading space. They look for like an easy way to make cash, right? And then, so pretty much like I just saw everyone making money. I was working a hard job at the time. I was working, slaving away, and I just checked this guy. Bro, I made like 50,000 Rand today. Bro, I made like 20,000 Rand. And, it was just annoying. So that's how I got into trading. I was like, damn, I'm getting to the part of how I learned trading. So just bear here with me while we just have some patience for the trade. But yeah, that's pretty much like why I looked at getting into trading. So that was why I looked at getting trading, because I saw this whole, it looked so easy, everyone's doing it. Even the stupid people, like some stupid, like the guys that literally failed everything in high school, I know most of the guys that failed at high school, they're the most successful entrepreneurs. It's sometimes bullshit, bro. Not everyone. Don't believe that shit. But it's like, like some guys that like really like, they lacked a little bit of brain cells. They were making cash. So I was like, no, if they could do it, I could do it. I didn't put enough time in the beginning, and I was just trying to flip accounts. I was just trying to literally make as much money from as little money as possible, and pretty much didn't have a plan. I would just buy, sell. That looks like a cool buy. That looks like a cool sell. Pretty much. My notifications still popping up. Let me just close that. Okay, cool. All right. So I pretty much just saw. What was it again? So I pretty much just saw that, and I was like, cool. I didn't really have a structure like this. Okay, cool. This is looking bullish. I would see a couple of green candles, and I'll be like, I'm gonna buy. I would see a couple of red candles, I would sell. I literally didn't have any plan. Like there was nothing going on. I was just trying like get a little bit lucky, lucky Luke. But then I figured out like that's not it. So I took a couple of years off trading. Coming back on and off, on and off trading. There wasn't really much. Like I wouldn't say I dedicated a full time to it. In my early days, I would say it was very hit and miss. And then eventually, I think like 4 years ago, or maybe like pushing on to 5 now, I took it quite seriously. First year sucked. It was really hard. My second year was, because I had a bit of cash at the time, so I was just kind of like, how can I just make like more money? Like that was my goal. I wasn't really in it for the long term. I was still trying to just flip accounts, and I was like, cool. Then I met a dude when I was in Malta, and he basically showed me how to trade like really well, and he showed me about percentages, and he showed me how to manage your account, what he looks for on the charts, and how I understood the technical analysis of the thing. I understood technical analysis about trading. Like once you can learn the technical analysis about trading pretty simple, pretty easily. I wouldn't say that's the hard part. It's like the hardest part is like when to enter, why to enter, when to move your stop loss, why are you moving your stop loss, why are you waiting, what to wait for. These are the more aspects. Like looking at a chart, you can see that's bullish. Like that's pretty obvious, right? Like there's nothing else to it. Identify some support and resistance. You got yourself a little bit of price. You got yourself a little bit of price action, right? And then I got into that. And then once I learned the scaling technique of your account, that's what I teach people a lot. Like, guys, the importance of compound, right? This is important, right? The importance of compound is crazy. I know you guys learned this maybe with a bank, or you guys learned this in your school or whatever, but the power of compound, you get simple interest and compound interest. It's the same with a trading account. If you're going to risk the same every time, the same amount, then you're going to make pretty much the same every time. But if you take 2% or 1% or whatever the case is of your account, and then let's say you make like X amount of dollars, then you take the 2% of how much you made, then it just starts to gradually build. Then before you know it, like everything's okay. You start to make way more money without even realizing, with the same amount of risk, right? Let me just get back to the questions. So yeah, that's pretty much how I learned trading. It's like I had a really good mentor, and he opened my eyes to like understanding things a bit better, right? And that's what I try and portray myself. I don't think I am an exceptional teacher. I do definitely try my best, but teaching has never been a strong point for me. So this is like, obviously, let's say my first year of teaching. I have taught people in my days, like let's say personally stuff that I know, but obviously learning every day, you still learn it. So you kind of always a student. I always say you're always a student in trading. So yeah, like I just try and portray the most I know, but obviously like teaching on its own is a skill. So you pretty much have to learn both, at the same time. And I think doing it live is obviously a crazy thing to do, right? Like a lot of you guys obviously followed or maybe find my group, or speaking of my group, guys, just remember before I continue with the story, but remember, guys, today only 150% deposit bonus. So make sure to get your accounts locked in. It's almost the end of the month. Secure that. If you deposit 1,000, you get a 2,000. Like, lock in, guys. It's almost the end of the month. February's gone by like this. March is going to go by like this. Stop waiting for opportunities. And another thing is, if you deposit up to $5,000, I know again it sounds like a lot, but you still get 100% deposit bonus on that, and you will get a chance to win one of $50,000 prop firm challenge, which is sick. Anyways, getting back to my story is what was I saying now? Oh wait, I lost a bit of track. Oh yeah. So I was pretty much talking about the teaching aspect, but as you go, like as I'll go through the teaching aspect of things, I think I'll get a lot better. I think I'll simplify things. I think the hardest thing is simplifying something for someone. The hardest thing is, that's the thing, is because like when you guys are telling your friends something, right, that like you're obviously gonna know it better than them. That's why you're telling them. And it's like, how do I simplify something that I know that is quite technical, but make it in a simple way that they can understand, to not make them feel stupid about it? That's also like the catch, right? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to make someone else feel stupid because you know something. You want to try and portray in a way that that other people can learn. Let me just read some of the comments. Sorry, there's quite a bit of comments. I just have I'm here to pay my house fairly soon and not spend another 30 years working hard hours for crap pay. Yep, pretty much. If you guys haven't watched my YouTube videos, that's all I was doing pretty much my whole life. Or like I say that I'm only 29 now, but yeah, I just got sick of it. I was sick of it at a young age already. When I was like literally, I knew I was destined for more at when I was like in school. Like, you know, like I just had the feeling like I never took any job seriously. I never took, like, I got offered to be a manager at a restaurant. I was like, dude, you think I'm gonna sit here and slave away for the next 20 years being a manager? Fuck that. Even as a butler, got offered a manager, like assistant manager role. No. It's like they're trying to trap you in for a little bit longer. You know, it's like that's not why I'm there. I was there to make money. You know, I'm there to make money. I'm there to. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm sorry if I stepped on any toes, but at the end of the day, you paying me a salary. I'm there to make money, and I'm there to get the fuck out of there. Because at the end of the day, I'm focusing on a bigger goal. That's the whole dynamic. That's the whole thing that I was going for. I was searching for something greater, and I was never satisfied with what I was doing ever. Right? Let's get back. So if the price doesn't reach that's a 5170 to be exact. So 5175. I have it here. 5170. Point, does that make that the trade a no-go? Yeah, well, like if we don't get there, then yeah, then it's just we don't get there. So obviously we wouldn't enter the trade. Yeah, because I mean we wouldn't tap into that level. Then we would have to reassess. We might get another position somewhere else, right? Like if price starts to reject you, we might get another short below this level, or somewhere below this level, or below this level, right? So it's like, oh, just waiting for that move to play out. Again, if we don't get that move, then we find another move. Again, today's a day, tomorrow's a new day, Thursday's a new day, right? So like every day you're going to get a new position. Every hour, if you really look for it, you can probably find a position. Somewhat. It's just looking at the 15 and the 1 hour marks to get the best idea. Not necessarily. For me personally, yes. I prefer it, but for other people, they can nail a 1 minute, a 5 minute chart. These guys can do that, but they're taking way more trades. Maybe their win rate's only like 50%, 55 or 55%, but they're still making money because it's fine. If your win rate's over 50%, you're good. 51%, you're profitable. Yo, been following you since Malta early days. Appreciate that, Scott. Scott, not gonna lie. After how long did you have the feeling you got the basic for trading, or you had more profit than loss? Wait, let me just read that question. Sorry. After how long did you have the feeling you got the basic for trading, or you had more profit than loss? I don't know if I'm reading that wrong. You had more profit than loss. Okay, sorry. So yeah, like if I understood your question correctly, Anna, you're basically asking, like, you know, how long did it take you to get that feeling, like when you knew the basics, and then I felt like I was at a profit, not a loss. Like if I understood that question correctly. Good question. Well, I just want to see. Before I answer that. See, we would have come down. See, I put my buy there as well. 1 second, and I'll answer your question now. See, I said come down to that level. We're probably going to refill that level, but again, that RR is just not looking great, you know. That's 2.58, but the stop loss is just tight. Like I had my reason behind why I didn't want to enter that, because I would feel more upset if we didn't get there. You know, no problem. I got your question. Yeah, no, it was more. It took me. I wouldn't say I'm a fast learner, but I wouldn't say I'm a slow learner either. I would say like I'm a little bit in between. So it took me a little bit like, I'd say a good couple of months, right? A good couple of months. I can't put an exact time frame on it, but it took me a good couple of months. I'm not going to try and humble myself and say, oh, it took me like 1 month. Nah, it took me a bit long. It did take me a bit long. But then it was a point of understanding. It wasn't at a point where I was like, hey, I'm making more profits than losses, because any person can do that, right? Like, you could come to me tomorrow and be like, hey, Luke, I made more money than you this month. Be like, cool. I'll check on you in 3 months. And you say, hey, Luke, I just lost 30 grand. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, but I've steadily just gone up by 3% every month or 5% every month. So who's the winner? Me. That's when I understood, right? I'm not chasing these guys anymore. Like, I'm not chasing to be that guy. I'm chasing to be consistent all the time. And when I can reach that, that's when I'm profitable. That's when I'm successful in trading. Because I understand that I'm not chasing someone else's goal. I'm chasing my own goals. I'm chasing my own growth. And that's important. If I made 3% that month, I'm not comparing myself to you or to someone else, but I still made 3% that month. And if I did that for 6 months consistently, I would say if you can do that for about 3 months, 4 months consistently, after knowing the basics, understanding the trading, you're good. You're good. You're doing something good because you've went through a lot that month, right? Or a lot that 4 months. I'd say a good 4 months is good. 4 months, if you can be consistently profitable for 4 months, but like proper consistently profitable, like not taking gambles, not taking risks, not taking bad, like not trying to like revenge trade, you know, like proper you did all the motion through those 3-4 months, you know, because I mean, guys, at the end of the day, you're making money clicking a button, right? You know, if everyone can do it, everyone would be fucking millionaires, right? Everyone would be billionaires right now. But it's like there's only a very small portion of people that can do it because they can't fix their mental. They can't fix their current state of mind. And this is the problem. It's like this is the problem why most people don't make it. It's not because they suck. It's not because they're bad. It's because they can't control their mental. They can't control this. They just constantly want more. They don't understand how easy it is to make money, but they don't understand either how easy it is to lose money. So they don't understand the equilibrium concept of this. Demo accounts are the best. Start with real money later after months of training. So I'm going to disagree with you. And I'm not going to disagree with you because you're wrong. I'm going to disagree with you because I have a different opinion, right? So we're all entitled to our own opinion, right? Hear me out. What's your name? Mihai. Hear me out. So I'm not disagreeing with you because I think you're wrong. Just hear my other perspective on why I say, you know, this is my theory, right? When you're trading on a demo, right? And you're trading on a demo. When you go on a demo account, you can put whatever the fuck you want on there, right? So you can put like 100,000, 50,000, 200,000, 1,000. And you trade that money. Okay, you've got absolutely no emotion trading. You don't care. You can make 30K and you'll be like, you've got maybe $50 in your bank account, but you make 50K on the 100,000 account. So you just made 50%. You made 50K, more money than your house is right now, or whatever the case is. You feeling on top of the world, right? You've instilled in your brain how easy it is to make 50K on a 100K account. Now you go on a live account and you go, all right, I'm just going to go, let me just put it on like, let me put in my $500. Now let me try and chase that 50K back. Because it was so easy the first time. I won 10 trades in a row, just kicking by. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And you lose the 500, right? You maybe win 1, 2, and you lose the whole account because you're chasing the 50K. You're trying to chase that 50K that you didn't make. You didn't ever see in your life. You didn't ever make it. It didn't ever make sense. It's paper trading. And now the difference is the mindset, right? I would say agree with you on one point. Get on a demo account first if you've never traded 100%. Like definitely do that so you can get used to the buttons, finding the pairs, getting used to clicking, buying and selling, understanding, you know, the different lot sizes, all the stuff. Fine, fair enough. I fully agree with you. But on the side note is that get onto a live account as soon as possible, for sure. Because it doesn't matter if it's $100, it doesn't matter if it's $300, it doesn't matter if it's $500, it doesn't matter if it's $1,000. Get onto a live account as soon as possible. The only reason why I say that is this is going to teach you way more than that silly demo account, right? Because you're not learning anything from that. When you got a live trade running, you guys know You guys all know how it is. When you're in a live trade, you guys, we're in a live trade, bro. You guys are looking at the charts. You guys are, 5 minutes, 50 minutes, but the 50 minutes, that's just going down. This candle just pushed out. But when you're on the demo, you're going out for drinks. You're going talking to your boys. You're going out. You come back the next week. You're like, oh, bro, I'm in fucking 50 grand profit, right? When you're in a live trade, you're actually concentrating. Even if it's a $5 move, you start sweating. If it's a $50 move, you start sweating. Because you start to actually take accountability then. You start to learn. You start to take action on every single trade that you do. So what is this teaching you? Every single trade, you're learning. Every single trade, you're adapting. Every single trade, you're in the moment. You actually focus on what you're doing. You're not just treating it as a side task. This is why I tell people, get onto a live account as soon as possible. Obviously, mess around on demo, get onto a live as soon as possible. This is what I learned as well. So yeah, I hope that answers you again, Mihai. It's a good question. It was a good statement. I do appreciate that. And again, I think a demo account is important to start with if you've got absolutely no trading experience. But then once you start to learn a little bit, start to get on that. Get on that, because it's going to teach you way more than sitting on a demo account the whole time. You've really succeeded, man. I remember every follower increase on each trade series. Bro, I really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate that, Scott. Thanks a lot, brother. Which country are you in right now? Dubai. Yes, sir. Are you looking at any of the Forex pairs or just gold for the live trades? Dana, so just gold for the live for now. I might incorporate some USD JPY, something that moves a bit faster. But it just depends, because I want to take like maybe one trade on a live session. Again, yeah, like I just want to take like one trade. So if I'm going to take like one live trade, I know that most people trade gold. So I feel like, most people would like, if I trade a currency, maybe some people just wouldn't trade. So it like defeats the purpose. And maybe some people, they would see me trading currencies and like, no, I don't want to trade that. I only trade gold. So yeah, like it's just like I go for what the favorite is. I know some people trade like NASDAQ. I know some people trade S&P 500. I know some people trade USD, but these currency pairs can be quite boring, right? Like it's quite boring. And again, like once you start to understand the dynamic of like gold, you can start to utilize on other pairs. Obviously, just sometimes takes a bit longer to play out. Again, we're starting to see a lot of volatility because of what's happening in the world. But at the same time, I like to trade gold live. I think it's fun. I think it's nice. I think it's cool. I think it's moving. I think it's fast. I think it's quicker. You get a lot of volume. It moves a little bit better. Like in terms of like when I'm live, because I only got a certain amount of time to trade, and yeah, I wanna get it done, get a trade done, right? Yes, that's what I mean. When do you was consistent? I was in demo account to learn with what Mihai says. Yeah, so when I was consistent, yeah, when I was consistent, yeah, like when I felt like I was consistently doing things consistently. Like I know that sounds stupid, but like it really is. Like I was doing it consistently every single day, not changing my rules, sticking to my rules, right? If I lose 2 trades in a row in a day, don't take another trade. If I do, this is just like some rules I had back then, right? If I'm risking a total of 5% for the week, if I lose more than 5%, I don't trade anymore for the week, right? So if I fucked up, if I made more stupid trades, if I gamble a bit, whatever, more than 5%, I don't trade. So all these rules I stuck by, and this is what leveled me up. Like I'm like, cool, ticked all the boxes this month, great. Didn't do anything that wasn't a part of that, right? What's the one? Let me just check on the gold chart quickly, guys. I still just bounce between this 10518 level. Trying to get to all the questions, guys. I need one of these. A little snoozy. Soup. How's the guy doing? Soup. Got such a. I don't know where he came up with that. That's so good. Anyways, get back to the question. What's one decision that you think has changed your mindset and strategy about trading? Damn, that's a good question, bro. Give me a second to think about that one. I think that's a good question. Let me read that question again. Wait, what's the one decision that you think has changed your mindset and strategy about trend? I'll give you like an honest answer on that, but I'll also give you like, you know, kind of a materialistic answer on that as well. An honest answer was that, you know, like, let's say, you know, I was always deemed to be, I always thought I was deemed to be something better in life, right? So that's why I've always wanted to, let me make sure I'm on this. Yeah. So that's what, like, if I said, like, if I can fix my mindset with this, I know I can make money, right? And it was just as simple as that, right? If I can fix my mindset, get through with this, I know I can make money, because I have made money before. I'm just not consistently making money. So I have to identify the problem. What is the problem? Is it cash or is it emotion? So at the time, maybe it wasn't cash. So cash wasn't the problem. I was okay. I wasn't rich, but I was okay, right? I was at a good spot, which most of you probably are at this point. I'm assuming here. And then if I put it to the side, then I'm like, okay, cool, but why am I not making money? Is it because I'm too comfortable with how much money I have, that I don't want more, that I'm okay with losing with what I already have? So that's what shifted. That's what was the biggest shift, was like, I'm complacent with my life right now. If I get more, great. If I don't, it's okay. It's not going to really change much. And, you know, it was like, okay, but if I want to make a lot more, like, how would I get to X amount? How would I scale the account to get to, let's add a $10,000 trading account back then. I was like, okay, cool. How am I going to get to this, to 20K? All right. I could gamble. I could take the risk. I could just hold in a trade and just pray. Or I could try and slowly build it up and get there. And well, number one, I'd feel accomplished. And number two, I would have done it, right? So this would have helped me, and I would have learned a lot on the way. So I rather took it very slow. Took it from the 10K to 20K, maybe it took me 4 months, right? Because I took it very slow, you know, very slow. Some trades here, wait for my setups, you know, etc. But it was okay. I still reached the goal, right? Then I was like, okay, cool. So I took 10K to 20K. Can I take, let's say, 20K to 60K? Let's try and 3x that. And I did that as well. So, like, you know, you just start to level up, because you're like, I'm going to use that same rules, that same thing that I did to get to that 20K, exactly the same. Yes, it might take me ages. Yeah, it might take me 5 months. Yeah, it might take me, I'm not putting a time frame on it. But I know I'm going to get there. Because if I just follow these rules and I follow this setup, I'll be fine. I'll get there eventually, you know. What's it called? Thoughts on prop firms with instant funding accounts. I think they're good. I don't personally use them, but I think they're good. I know a lot of prop firms are now introducing them. I know some props started it. Now a lot of people are using it. Again, guys, like, if you don't know, I'm doing a 50,000 prop giveaway. If you deposit $5,000, if you guys want to get interested, make sure to drop me a DM now. Get you set up. And also, we're running 150% deposit bonus today only. So you'll get 150% on a deposit that you do now. Just a heads up while we're on the prop point. But talking about the instant funding, yeah, I'm not against it. I just think the rules would probably be a lot harder, right? So again, you know, I've passed multiple prop challenges. I preferred the traditional style of prop challenges because their rules are fair. I think their rules are very fair if you abide by them. And if you're a good, consistent, disciplined trader, you won't feel that the rules are that harsh. Because when I was doing it on Funder Pro, and it pretty much lined up exactly with how I traded. Like, I was looking at this, I was like, I never ever did a prop challenge. And then I was like, but I can make money trading. Why don't I just try this? The first ever prop challenge I did, I passed. Like, no problem. It took me 3 months. Don't get me wrong, 100K account took me 3 months. Some people laugh because some people are, oh, bro, I passed it in 5 days. But I don't care. I don't care how many accounts did you blow before you passed it. Right? I passed mine first time. And yeah, because it was like, it wasn't that hard. It wasn't like the rules were pretty stipulated. Like it was like, okay, cool, like 5% drawdown in a day. That's cool. All right. Perfectly normal. If I do 2% a day, that's 2K per trade on 100K, right? So if I lose, I can't lose more than, let's say, 3 trades at 2%. So if I lose 2 trades, don't trade anymore. My rule. And if I do, and overall drawdown, max drawdown is 10%. So that would mean I would have to lose, what, 5 trades in a row? That's pretty shit, right? That'll be a pretty shit. So like if you're just doing that and you're consistently doing like a 1-to-1, 1-to-2 risk reward, you'll pass it. Might take you a bit longer, but you'll pass it, you know. So I think the traditional style things, like keeping it easy, like I think the instant funding obviously has some stricter rules, right? Because you're getting instantly funded, so you're instantly on account that you can make money, get payouts, right? So there have to be some sort of requirements there that that has to be followed, right? So that's my thoughts on funding account. Matthew, instant funding, what's one decision that you think has changed your mind? Okay, I already answered. Sorry, I missed your question, Matthew. I came back to. Yeah, I was with Funded Pro past the 100K challenge, was making good money, and I mean, especially for me, I was 18 at the time, so it was amazing. But then one day when trading wasn't focused and went out to play. Yeah. When you start treating trading like a side gig, right? You're gonna get side gig results, right? That's how I feel, right? If you start treating it like a sack of shit on the side, what do you expect's gonna happen? If you start leaving shit alone, if you don't water the grass is not gonna grow, right? So you can water it some days, it might grow a little bit, and then you leave it for a week and then it dies, right? It's pretty much how it happens. I mean, obviously trading, once you have the skill, you can trade any time. But also at the same time, you got to keep it going, you know, you got to keep the ball going. You know, you maybe missed out on a good day of trading. You might have made like 3R, 4R that day. And then maybe the next week you might have lost like 5R, you know. So like, keep it consistent, you know. Through wins and losses, it's going to suck, you know. Paddle, yeah, sorry, went to play paddle, wasn't aware my trade was pending over leverage and drew down 5K very quickly and lost the account. Yeah. Again, some guys just go, you know, price can't drop like $100 today, and it does, and they like didn't have a stop loss in, and they just blow their accounts. Because why? They didn't use risk management. And again, this is what I go back to, and I always say to people, again, you guys understand that risk management's like the number one thing to do. If you don't have risk management, don't trade. Since that, no focus on tech startup, but still love trading. Yeah, I've just always loved trading. Again, I have had days where I thought of quitting. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm being dead honest here. I have had days where I've like, you know, it's fucking sucked. Like, some days have really bring me down to my knees, and it's like, is this really what I want to do? And remember, at the same time, it's not for everyone, because why? You're doing the same shit every day. Every single day, you're doing the same thing. How many people can do that every single day for years? Honestly, can you look at yourself and do, I can do the same thing every day for years? If you can, great. If you can't, it's going to be a long road, right? Very inconsistent road. Damn, there's a lot of questions here. Just trying to get back to everyone, to be honest. Guys, there's still no trade set up. We're still bouncing between this 5-1, 4-3, 5-1, 5-0 levels. So nothing too crazy happening just yet, so don't worry. To be honest, I've only heard about trading from a friend, and since I've been trading like gold trading, nothing else. That brings to the question then, why do most traders only trade gold and less on other aspects? I think that people understand gold a lot more, right? Or they tend to think they understand gold a lot more, right? You can't fully understand something like in trading because, you know, shit can happen, right? But I think people tend to feel like they know gold a lot better than other pairs. And gold moves a lot faster than other pairs, and people like to be making money in faster ways than sitting and waiting for a currency pair to play out, right? Again, currency is very driven on what's happening in the world. You know, if you want to get like a big pip move, for example, you know, you're looking at like, it could take longer to play out in terms of gold. So yeah, pretty much. And I think that people feel like they levels and they their strategy and stuff like that plays out a lot better on gold, right? I think that's what it boils down to. I don't think there's anything you can do on gold that you can't do on a currency pair. You can make the same amount of money if you know what you're doing, right? Do you remember Yogesh? Yeah, of course. His teeth broke from those things using the tobacco. But I think he was using the pure tobacco. Like he wasn't using the pouches. Like I've seen that. It's crazy. These guys doing that. It's madness. People says that hunger for success is all you need to level up. But with it happening, like I'm so hungry for success, but still taking so long for me to say that yes, I've made it. Any advice? I definitely have advice for you. So let me put it in perspective. When I was on my darkest days, right? The days when I was crying, the days when everything fell apart, when everything was done, no one believed in me. No one gave a shit about me. No, everyone said, oh, you're going to do this. Oh, you're going to be a waiter. Oh, you're going to be a pizza delivery driver. Oh, you're going to be this. This is what you're going to be for the rest of your fucking life. Yeah, look at them now, right? Look at them now. And it's not that I'm even looking at them. I don't even care. I'm well beyond them. I'm well beyond in not any income. I'm well beyond them in my career. And why? Because I never let those low days define me as a person. I never let that job define me. I never let what someone's opinion define me. So success isn't about what other people portray of you. It's what you want to achieve. If you achieve that, that is success. If you say you're going to do something and do it, that is success. I said I will get here one day, and I've made it a goal. I was going to get here. No matter what I have to go through, I will get here. And it doesn't matter if it's going to be a dark, lonely road. And yes, it was. It was a dark, lonely road. For 2.5 years when I was working in Dubai, it was dark. It was lonely. It was, there was many days I wasn't getting paid. I was getting paid 500 euros a month. 500 euros a month, dude. Living in Dubai. It's shit. I never got tips for the first 4 or 5 months working there. So, yes, I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to see what other people are making. Other butters were making thousands, tens of thousands of dirhams of tips. And I was getting sweet fuck all. But you know what? I said, okay, cool. I want to become them. I want to become better. And that's why I was like, how am I going to make money? I got to learn. I got to learn what they're doing and do it better. I got to use my own personality, my own strengths, and in order to get more tips, because there's something that I'm not doing, and that's why I'm not getting tips. And then I started to change the dynamic, right? So I understand the level of success is what you want to achieve, and if when you achieve that, you have to go through the fucking dark days. You have to go through the lows. You have to go through the lonely days, the darkness. The darkness is, the lows are low, extremely low. Let me tell you that. I've been at so low, man. Where I felt like, what am I doing? You know, what am I doing? I'm getting a bit deep, but I'm like, what am I actually fucking doing? I'm a broke guy from South Africa. How did I get here? You know? So, yeah. I have time to learn and do slow. Do you have an example for rules? How to spell it? RULES. No problem. That we can use. I'm just saying that to help you out because you did say how to spell it. That we can use. Max 5% lost in a week. That was quite a that quit the week. I can definitely just give you a sort of like guideline on how to do that. Yeah, drop me a DM, Anna, or I can just explain to you guys. I mean, it's not that hard. Like, it really is not that hard. Before I get to that, Dana said, did you have any guests in the villa that were traders? I didn't, no. Most of the guests in the villas were like, you know, they were doing boring jobs and made them shit tons of money. Pretty much what it did. You know, some people working in oil, some people working in some people had companies. It was pretty like mundane jobs. Some people were in like crypto, you know, but like no actual traders. Because I think most of the traders, like the big money, if you want to get like really big money, you got to have like businesses in trading, right? That's like the goal at the end of the day, to have like businesses in trading. But But yeah, Anna, just to touch on briefly on that point here. So these were some rules that were on the challenge, like a funded account challenge. So these rules were quite like adhered to what I was doing at the time. So that's why I was saying like these rules, you know, the compound rule as well, you know, like if you do like let's just use, like, let me just do you a quick example over here. One second, I'm just going to do you guys a little example over here. Yeah, man, come on, man. You playing with me here, bro. Can do you guys like a little example here, just so like while we're waiting for vision. Unfortunately, guys, it's been a bit of a shit day. Not a shit day, I mean, if there's no entry, there's no entry. Like, we just have to wait. We'll update you guys in the group, I mean, if I do jump, but I'm enjoying this little session right now, so I'll stay on. Hopefully we get some sort of PA. Don't want to show the chat. Okay, cool, yeah. Alright, let me do this. Okay, so Anna, just to say, just to elaborate. So Anna asked a question like, how does the... Okay, so oh, wait. So just to understand, just to get back to the point of, Anna was asking for, let me just do this so I can keep the charts on the side. Let me just do this. Keep that fresh. Okay, so Anna asked a question like, what is the rule? Like, how do you scale your account? So basically, simple as, I'm going to simplify it because if I type it out, it's going to be a bit longer. But basically, the rule is like, okay, if I had, let's say, $5,000. Okay, well, let's say 10,000. Let's make it a whole number just to make things a bit more exciting. And now you can do this with any amount. It's just an example. If I had $10,000 and I was trading and I wanted to scale my account, let's say 2%, let's call it like 3% a trade just to make it a little bit more exciting. So 3%, where's my percent button? Okay, 3% per trade, and I trade around 2 to 3 trades per day, right? Now you're taking 2 to 3 trades per day, so that means on average you're risking about between 6 and 9% of your account. Now that's, wait, let's say 3% account, risking 3%, wait, risking 3% to try make between 3% and, some of you guys understand this, percent to 6%. Let's say a 1 to 2, right? A 1 to 1 or 1 to 2. Now, if you were doing this and you're gradually building up, then let's say, for example, you're risking, let's say 3%, so you're risking 3% per trade. You're risking between 6 to 9% per day, and you're trying to make between 3 to 6 per trade, right? Per trade. Okay. Now if I were to do this for a month, let's say I'm 70% win rate. How would this look? You know, how would this look? Let's look in 1 month. Let's just say 1 month, because I want to show you the power of compounding. But consistently, so on average take 50 trades in, say 1 month, yeah? Okay, yeah, 1 month. So they say on average you would make around, like, let's say 30K, it's 200% in a month. Now that's if you obviously win every trade. Now let's say, for example, you lose some trades in between, maybe looking at about 21K. Let's say you're losing 21K. 21K. Yeah, that's fine. Let's say, for example, you win 21K. Let's say 22K a month, right? Now that's in your first month. Now let's do, like, let's say 3 months. You see that, like, now the power of, like, compound, obviously Anna said she understands it. I'm just speaking to, like, a general sense. General sense, like, that people, like, you know, for example, they understand now you understand the power of how strong that compound is if you consistently do it, like, let's say over 3 months. Now that's obviously hypothetical that you win every single trade, 70% win rate for the next 3 months. But that's the power. It is the power if you're just consistently using that 3%. Now if you go, I'm going to risk 10%, this whole thing changes. You might, like, lose more, win more, you know, for example. So does this make sense to everyone? That's what I was trying to get at. It was just what I was trying to stipulate that point. But does that make sense for everyone? Again, guys, sorry, this was, like, obviously more of, like, an educational stream. Again, we can have some of those. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just unfortunately, like, we don't kind of have any sort of position just yet. It's like literally nothing happening, man. Again, I'm not forcing anything. I don't want to sweat for something. I just feel more comfortable if price pushes up. Yeah, that's all I'm waiting for. So again, I do apologize if you guys were, you know, really hungry for a trade this session, but trust me, it's a lot better if we force the trade. And again, guys, do you see this? This was the one I want to show you, right? Like, yeah, we would have nearly been stopped out, right? So if we had to take that along, right, that I was looking at. So I'll just put my long, like, somewhere here. So we would have been triggered there. Target up here. And here was my stop loss. See how close we would have come to being almost stopped out of this trade. And there's still a chance we still could have been stopped out. See, that's why, like, precaution is better. You know, sometimes precaution is better, especially when you understand the bias of the trade. That's the important part. Thanks, Anna. Appreciate you. Enjoy your family time. Thanks again for tuning in. Sorry for no trade for now, unfortunately. Still be looking at the charts. But, yeah. So, guys, I don't think we're going to get to our entry, but I will be updating you guys. If you want to get access, I will be sending this trade to the VIP group once we enter. So for those of you guys who want to get started, remember, guys, 150% deposit bonus. If you want to get set up and started today, make sure to drop me a DM. My thingy is in my Telegram's in the description, so make sure to click that link. And yeah, also if you deposit $5,000, you have a chance to win a $50,000 prop firm giveaway. So make sure you get set up. Make sure you get started. It's February now. Like I said, March is just around the corner and you really haven't started trading. You've seen how many people are making money. 2026 is internet money. Guys, lock in. Again, guys, appreciate you all for tuning in today. Unfortunately, we don't look like we got a trade. Again, I'm not going to force a trade. I didn't see an opportunity, and that's just how it is. But stay tuned, guys. Join the VIP, and this is where I'm going to drop the next gold trade. Thanks again all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next stream.